Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages. We're gonna hop back with Maverick and start exploring the final dungeon, the Ancient Tomb. But before we do that, if you've been following my other playthrough with Data, Maverick's brother in Holodrum, you would have known that yesterday he beat the game and he got the Oracle of Ages secret. So now, when you get that secret, you can input it into the Oracle of Ages game, and that'll transfer data over to Oracle of Ages, so we can do a linked game with him. Bippin and Blossom's son, all those changes follow along with them. We can get a ring secret as well, and that will we can transfer our rings over, so we don't have to be ring grinding. As you can see, data starts with 4 hearts instead of 3, and a few other changes will happen in the linked game, but we will not see data start exploring Labrina until after Maverick finishes up here. We don't want the 2 brothers in the same spot at the same time. Likewise, once Maverick finishes off his adventure here in Labrina, he'll be going over to Holodrum to do a linked game over there. So the owl says, listen, open your ears to the sound of your sword against the wall, and if the wall is bombable, then the sound the sword makes when it hits the wall is a little different than just a regular wall. So you can find out which wall to bomb. But I mean, I just showed you right there. And speaking of bombs, I'm going to be obsessive compulsive and destroy all these bomb tiles, even though I don't need to. Book. And we get our key. Open that door down there. This is going to give us a little bit of an idea, this next room, about how this dungeon is kind of going to work. Basically what I'm telling you right now, we're going to be using a lot of different items, often in the same room, to solve the puzzles in this dungeon. And that includes the boss. I'm just getting my Pegasus seeds here. I don't have the Pegasus ring equipped. I have the Joy ring to double everything. So I get double item pickups. That'll just make, of course, when I pick up Pegasus seeds again, it'll double them, and it also doubles hearts and stuff, because this dungeon, I guess, could be kind of dangerous. I mean, it is the last dungeon, so we got some spinny puzzles again, and these are the ghosts. Luckily, the ghosts tend to drop hearts, which is pretty good. I say that as none of them dropped any hearts. Grab this key, and keep in mind that staircase, because we're going to be going into it much later. First, we're going to go down this staircase that appears when we push this block, and we get the dungeon map. It's a pretty big dungeon, but it feels even larger because of the backtracking you have to do. Donk. Another spinner tile. That's going to involve a lot of the backtracking. And we got a small amount of backtracking coming up right now. To the left of this room is a room where the compass is, but in order to get the compass, we need to have the blue blocks down, and currently the blue blocks are up. Although to proceed in the dungeon, we need to have the red blocks down. So we're just going to switch the tile here real quick, come over here and grab the compass. As you're defeating the ghost, see the exit to the upper left. It's blocked by the red block, so we're going to have to backtrack and put the red blocks down. Switch the orb again. I guess I could have reduced backtracking by using my scent seed, using the seed shooter and shooting some scent seeds at it, but just a few extra steps. I wonder if Maverick got a Fitbit. I lived with this girl, and she had her and her boyfriend and her boyfriend's family all got Fitbits, and they were like, "You need to join us. You need to join our Fitbit club because we see who walks the most each week, you know." And so I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, I run, so I ended up just like blowing them all out of the water, and they ended up just kicking me out of the group. So I was like, you invited me into this group, and now that I'm winning all the time, you kicked me out. So that's my Fitbit experience. Alright, we got another key there. I'm going to do some more backtracking. We're going to have a neat little thing coming up here that's going to kind of make backtracking a little easier with the spinner tiles. We're going to head up. Now we're going to hit the spinner tile. That allows us to go up this room up here. We're going to get a key. Throw back to the first Legend of Zelda, where the one key in Dungeon 1 was inside a Stoutbush. You had to defeat him. But we hit this button here, and that will open the staircase here. So now we can put the spinner tile, we want to have it rotate. We want to have it rotate this way. And luckily this next spinner tile is already set up to how we want it to rotate. Open this door up here, but we're not going to go up there yet. We need the power glove to continue on. And we're going to get the power glove right over here. That room where I got the one key before I started doing a lot of the backtracking, there was a blue statue there that we could lift. You can backtrack a lot to go get that. It's just the Gossa Shade. But there's an easier way to get it with a little less backtracking. So that's the way I'm going to get that. So don't think you need to backtrack right now to get that treasure chest. It's nothing really important, like I said, it's just the Gossa Seed. What is important is what's going to be in this treasure chest. Like I said, it is the power glove. Just mapping my way around here. Here we go. We fill the room up, and we get the treasure chest. We got the power glove. You can now lift heavier objects. And that includes those blue statues, so... Yeah, if you did the backtracking now just to get the Gossa Seed, you gotta do a lot of manipulating with those tiles, the spinner tiles. So, yeah, we'll get it back later. And we have some red blocks that are down, but we need to have the red blocks up, so the blue blocks in the upper left corner go down. So we're going to have to be creative here and basically stand on the red blocks and then hit the switch, the orb, to make the red blocks go up. Luckily we can reach it with our sword. And you can jump from red block to red block. As long as you don't land on the regular tiles, you'll be back on the ledge with the red blocks. So we passed it. And now that the blue blocks are down, we can get to that staircase that I said to remember a while ago. And that's going to take us down to the third floor, third basement. And basically the gimmick here is, on the first floor, there was that, like a stone slab, and we had to hit the 4 buttons on the side, or 3 buttons and light the 1 torch in order to proceed down. On this floor we have another one of those slabs, but in order to get it to move and open, instead of hitting 4 buttons, we've got to find these 4 little tablets that'll open the way forward. First, we have Mini Boss. It's like the Grim Reaper, but he acts like Agadam from A Link to the Past, or even the one form of the Nightmares in Link's Awakening, where in order to damage him, we have to hit back his spell. Although we don't just damage him with the spell, you hit him with the spell, he turns into a bat, and then you just beat up the bat with your sword. And there goes the mini boss. Surprisingly, even those things are like really big and heavy because it took the power glove to lift them. You couldn't lift them with just the power bracelet. They don't do a lot of damage when you throw them at enemies. Basically, just does the same amount as your level 2 sword, so much easier to just whack enemies with your sword. So to the south is the room with the slab. But before we head down there, we can basically head to the left and get the first little tablet. This is the room where we got the map. There we got the treasure chest. We see it up there. And let's use our switch hook to get over here. Bonk. And we can get the statue out of the way. Bonk. There we go. Got some ambush blobs here. Bonk. And some Gyarados. Do not light the Gyarados on fire. You saw what happens. They become jumping skeletons. Much more difficult to deal with. Although right here they probably won't be that bad because there's not a lot of room for them to maneuver. Unlike Gold Leader in the Trench Run and A New Hope, Star Wars. Who's telling Gold 5, it's no good, I can't maneuver. We just have to maneuver through these little corridors with these traps. Luckily our Box Feather allows us to jump over them. If you don't mess up like I just did there. And we got a small key. That'll be useful for getting the fourth little tablet. You can get the tablets pretty much in any order except for the fourth one that I'm going to get because you need that key first. You have to get this one before you... But there's basically a tablet in each of the corners of this floor. So this is the only one that you have to get before the one in the lower left corner. But all the other ones we can get in any real order. So I'm going to head over this way and get the second and the third one in kind of one go. You just put the little tablet in the hole there. You have to do it on all 4 sides. And to the right is where another tablet is. But if you went over there right now, there's a minecart, and you can't proceed in the minecart because there's a little toll booth kind of blocking it. So to the left there, we'll go over there a little bit later. I could have done it now, but there's the boss key there. But it's real close to where the boss door is, which is right up here. And it's a pretty unique puzzle right before the boss room, but I'll talk about that later. But yeah, so we have to head this way. Puts the blue block on there. That allows us to use the minecart. Like I said, over to the left is just where that pit was. So I'm just living dangerously here. I'm going to grab this Gasha seed. You could wait until all these floor tiles are destroyed and then get the Gasha seed without any risk. Because you're going to have to wait here anyway for the door on the bottom there to open. Another trap room. Up over. We're going to have moving walls, like the desert or Misery Mire dungeon. Both of them are in the same kind of section of the world. The desert dungeon in the light world and Misery Mire in the dark world, and A Link to the Past, where you had to do something to make the wall move to proceed forward. In the desert dungeon, you had to light the 4 torches, and the same thing in Misery Mire. Right here we got our second slate, the tablet I was calling it. And we can hop in this minecart and just follow it back to this other minecart. You don't have to worry about these floors here, just avoid them. And let's head up this way. We can stay here. This is kind of a safe area to stay in. We got 4 of these candle guys we gotta eliminate. That guy just blocked his buddy. So I just kind of stay in here, let a whole bunch of them get eliminated. And then when there's only one left, it'll be much easier to dodge. It makes it a little slippy because of the it's slippy to dodge because of the ice. Alright, let's get some pots, heal ourselves up. Like these Gibdos. We're gonna want a lot of healing. Because there's a really annoying room coming up. I'm surprised it took me forever to do it when I was practicing, but I managed to get it pretty good here this time. So I already gave you the solution to that puzzle with the tablets, the slates, but this owl gives you the solution if you're unsure what to do with those little slates. So let's give him a mystery seed. Donk. Pass open when ancient words are mastered. So yeah, we just stick those ancient words in the slots. And so this is the room that's really annoying. We got these currents. Actually, this is the room that's annoying. Yeah, all these currents. That room down there is annoying as well. But we got these currents, but this one's even worse because you basically have to avoid all these currents. I just like to shoot straight down and risk it. At the final one here, though, I like to hit up to the top, and you can kind of just slide down, and the current kind of drags you down. You have to tap up a little bit, but if you time it right, the current will drag you down, and by tapping the up, you'll miss falling into the hole, and you'll just slide into the entrance to the next room. And here we got stone slate number 3. Alright. So let's get out of here. And now we take a left over here. And this is going to take us to near where the mini boss was. We got this nice little button here that creates a staircase. Kind of like how we did with the spinner tile. Although this one is not as helpful as the spinner tile, because you won't really be needing to use that one. We'll make backtracking to that room though, because we don't have enough time to finish the entire dungeon. Oh, there we go. But we'll get most of the dungeon. Let's take out these snakes. We got a fairy. That staircase there, we're going to want to head up. If you already backtracked and got the Gasha seed, you can ignore that staircase, but I'm going to use it because I didn't get the Gasha seed. You can also just ignore this pulley thing. Because there's going to be another way to get to the other side of that room where the lava is, where the lava isn't. But we will have to use the pulley thing down in this room that we're going to be getting into. You don't need to use the Pegasus seeds, but just to be safe. Because remember, if the lava touches you and you ain't out of the room, then you have to restart the room. So just to save time, just to be safe, I'll use a Pegasus seed so I can get across it real quick. There we go. I'm going to get the 4th tablet. There you go. Slate. Keep calling it slate. Here we go. Head up this way. We just jump. Could go to the right there, and that'll take us to where that room that leads us to the boss key is. But like I said, we want to go this way because I want to get that Gasha seed. But I avoided all that backtracking because I headed this way. This block can only be pushed to the side, so that's why you couldn't get it. You couldn't go that way earlier. You couldn't push the block up and get down to the floor below without the power cloth. But now we got the Gasha seed here. We'll do some planting in that one spot. Yeah, Maverick is almost done his quest here too, just like how Data finished. I think it'll take like 2 more episodes. I could open that puzzle there, but time is running low. So I'm just going to head outside, save my game. Don't want to lose all that progress. Like I said, the boss can be a little bit tricky. And as you can see, the warp tile from the mini boss pretty much takes us right to where we need to go. So we're going to have to do a lot of backtracking in the next episode when we come back here to finish the ancient tomb. Take care, have a good one. Thanks for following along. Bye.